We are on a 3-week road trip through all parts of Norway. We are hiking, we see fjords, beautiful lakes, glaciers, mountains, beaches, the midnight sun, cities.
Kristiansund lies on multiple islands, so the ocean is never far away.
Most nights are spent in our tents.
Here is our tent. We always use the outer layer in case it rains.
We have been using this thing. It's not very heavy. Ready to cook. We just love driving, and this has been the perfect vacation for the summer of 2020. On this episode, we are now officially entering northern Norway. It is so cool to just walk straight through a mountain. We miss our ferry. 1, 2, 3. Today we are planning to drive to Torghatten, a really cool mountain with a hole in it, and then take a ferry to the island Vega. But first we are driving through Trondelag, and I have never been here before, so I'm staring my eyes out. I love looking at the landscape outside of the window. After 3 hours it is time for a break, an ice cream break. At Nordlandsporten, the border between Trondelag and Nordlagfylke. This is a cool sign. We are now officially entering northern Norway. Nordland is Norway's 3rd largest fylke, but the least populated one. Yeah, there aren't many people living here. But do we like it, Lars? These mountains are starting to look like mountains I have never seen before other places in Norway. They are so steep. This is a beautiful drive, but after 5 hours in the car we are ready to move our bodies again. We stop at a mountain called Torghatten. Here are coordinates. Torghatten looks like this from the right angle. We are about to hike through this hole. The hike starts with a climb. We are walking on rocks, and mountain shoes are definitely great to wear for this hike. We made it to the top, and here we can see through the mountain to the other side. We spent 13 minutes walking to this point. It is so cool to just walk straight through a mountain, and the roof is pretty far up. It's almost like a cave. We hike down again on the other side of the mountain, and also here I'm glad to be wearing mountain shoes. Here is the mountain scene from the other side. The rest of the hike went through small forests, some farmland, and along the coast. From the top we spent 45 minutes to walk back to the cars, including short breaks. Torghatten was a beautiful place to hike. It was fun walking straight through this mountain. Now we're gonna go on a ferry. The first out of 15 ferries in total on our whole Norway trip. And we made it to the island Vega. Vega is part of Helgeland, a super scenic coastal area, and the most southern district in northern Norway. It is the part of Nordlagfylke that lies south of the Arctic Circle, so no midnight sun yet. But it is really light outside even when it's late. Look at this campsite we found. It's super pretty. I can explain to you how camping or setting up a tent works in Norway. You are allowed to put up your tent anywhere that lies at least 150 meters away from any inhabited buildings for a maximum of 48 hours. Otherwise, you have to ask for permission of the landowner, except when there is an official sign saying no camping. Here are the coordinates. I've put them in the description, so you can just plot them into Google Maps and it will show you exactly where we were. This is a cold night, and some hot mushroom soup with bacon tasted so nice. And cauliflower soup. I know it doesn't look appetizing, but it was so good. We found this little gapahuk to sit in. It's like a little hut. And of course, doing the dishes. It's 11:30 in the night and it's still really light out. Yeah, rain happens. We looked at the weather forecast, we quickly packed up our tents when there was a little window in between the rain showers and jumped back into the cars. Today we are going to see more of the island Vega. We are going to climb another mountain. And this hike is not your typical hike, because the whole hike is done climbing stairs.
Men altså,
Helt vilt.
alle trapper starter med et trinn av gangen.
Ja, vi må begynne med det.
This is called Vegatrappa, the Vega stairs. People can donate money to the stairs and they can have a sign with their name on the stairs. The stairs are also numbered. I am out of breath. This is challenging. But we quickly rise in elevation and get a beautiful view over the sea. Yes, we made it to the top. The last steps weren't numbered, but we counted the last steps and think there are 1,360 steps in total. And we spent 33 minutes to the top. This is a great workout. My muscles are tired, but it was completely worth it. This view is stunning. It is a little foggy, but just the view over the tall mountains in the blue water was amazing to see. It is different than looking at it from sea level. And we are heading down again. Now you can better see how steep the stairs are. Walking up is tiring. You get out of breath, but walking down is more tricky. You have to concentrate and watch your steps so you don't fall down. And the muscles get tired in another way. Some short stops make it easier. When it comes to footwear, I was happy to wear my mountain shoes again because they have some profile. These stairs can be slippery, but I guess in dry weather, just regular jogging shoes would work too. And we're done. Now we are headed to Kilboghavn, continuing to drive along Helgeland. But first we had to take a ferry to get off of the island Vega. But the ferry is small and there is no room for us on the ferry. We missed our ferry. We were there a half hour before the ferry was supposed to leave and it left right on time, but there was no more space for us in the ferry. The next ferry leaves in 4 hours, so we're just gonna have to wait. But there are many things we can do in 4 hours. 4 hours later and we're on the ferry. Poor people waiting on land, there wasn't room for them. We really didn't have any issues with the ferries for our entire trip. It was just this time that we really had to wait. A well-known site on this route is this mountain range called Syv Søstre, meaning 7 sisters. They are 7 peaks that all lie around 1,000 meters in elevation. Parking was a bit hard to find, but we looked around in maps. Here are the coordinates. Do you see the 7 peaks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, time for the next ferry. This time we had to wait for an hour. We were hungry and we had food, so we decided to cook dinner right along the road. We did get some looks. Helgeland has been so beautiful. We saw Torghatten, the island Vega with its stairs up a mountain, Syv Søstre with its 7 peaks, and this late night drive was super scenic. But finding a place to set up our tents was not easy tonight. We wanted to get close to the next ferry, so that we would be early and catch it, but at the area around the ferry it was hard to find a legal and beautiful spot to set up our tents. So yeah, we ended up sleeping at a parking spot along the road, with no view at all. That's also part of travel.
Gotta be one of the most beautiful beaches I have ever seen.